Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're kicking off episode 3 of Ask Stud City. If you don't know what that is, you could just leave a comment /AskSC and I'll make sure to leave a response in our next video on the following Friday. In today's video, we only have 2 very good questions, so we're going to go in depth and break them down. So without further ado, hit that subscribe button. Of course, like this video, and let's go ahead and enjoy this one. So I was really pondering on this question from Robos, which says, Ask SC, give us your opinion on possible modular buildings that may be released in the future. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt and go into 2024. And then maybe some modulars later down the road. So a few criteria that had to be hit. One, a straight building for 2024 is needed. And then also, a innovative floor plan is definitely quite possible. Just coming off the Jazz Club, which had a different, unique floor plan, and of course being a straight modular. And we all know modulars come 2 years as a straight modular, and then the following year as a corner modular. But the absolute first modular that I think we could potentially see in 2024 and beyond is going to be a post office. So the reason I'm including a post office first is because I think this is the most anticipated modular that I think could happen. I think it just makes the most sense, and there's just so much Lego could do with this, and it just kind of fits the modular theme, from a police station, we have a bookstore, a few different hotels, a shopping center, a fire station, and so on, right? So I think a post office just kind of fits this mix. It's one step away from the brick bank, and they could really do a lot with it. I've added just so many different images and renderings from different creators over the years on what it potentially might look like. Of course, when Lego does make this, or if they made a post office, it's going to be completely their own way, even if it pulled some ideas from past creations. But I just think an architectural, nice, beautiful style post office is quite possible, and the details can be so deep, right? Like for me, I think having an ATM on the outside, I don't know why, it just makes it look so much nicer. We did see a post office from the Lego Ideas line. This image below was bricked 1980, which was a really great looking post office. It just, however, was the dollhouse style, which is something I steer away from. It was never made as an official set, but a very good post office. It encompasses the details you want to see in a post office. Just great minifigs, so much detail, tons of mail. It was immaculate, right? So definitely one that I would like to see have details from is something like this. But as by regards to come on a Lego modular post office, I think perfectly it would pair quite nicely with, your brick bank, your fire station, and of course your police station. So I do think that's just one of the missing entities we're missing from the modular line. They could run away with so much with a post office. You can have apartment above, or you can actually have the post office above and the apartment below, whatever it may be. They really can do so much. I would love to see a extravagant architectural design, something super like Victorian. I don't know. I thought that would be cool. They have so much room. They can add, I don't know, a grocery store in it. The possibilities are endless with the modular line, and Lego's really not limited there. So I would love to see that. But one of the big criteria I'd like to see is the whole modular, like, be on one base plate. I'm saying not to split the post office. So it's not like half a post office and the other half's a washing station or something. Whatever it may be, right? Like half's a bank, half's a post office. I want the whole first floor to be a post office. I think that just adds the most details. So that's kind of something I would like there. Now, I do think it's probably unlikely that Lego would make a post office fully on the first floor. I think they would separate it, similar to how they've done, like the detective office, even the brick bank, and recent modulars like the Jazz Club. But sticking with your original question, Robbles, so the post office being one of my options, I potentially see being a 2024 modular or even later down the line. I do have a few other stipulations that could potentially be made. One of those being that we could potentially see in 2024 would be a Lego modular hospital. There's a few reasons I think this. One, the only hospitals we've seen in Lego is from the Lego City line, and they do offer an amazing set. Just being Lego City and kind of like your play mobility kind of set, they sold quite well and were quite sought after. So for us to see a Lego hospital modular, I think it's highly likely. And again, none of these images are official Lego or, real Lego sets. They're either mocks or just fake images, just like renderings. So I think it's likely we see a hospital in our days of modulars across the modular line. I do hope it's something a little bit more colorful and vibrant. This one seemed like extremely dull. No offense to the creator, but I would love to see it massive, like a massive hospital, because I just feel like a single base plate would probably shy away from some of the details you're going to need into the hospital. Like this one looks incredible from this designer who did a rebrickable, but again, that was over 6,000 pieces. Or if Lego shifted to something more modern like this, I think this is probably one of the coolest buildings I've ever seen. So I'd love to see a hospital in this kind of form. But anyways, Robbles, I think that was such an amazing question. And again, I'm not done with your question just yet, because I know I gave you two examples of two official sets that I think will become modulars, but I also wanted to give two sets that I would love to see Lego make that I don't know if Lego would ever make. So one being is an arcade. I've seen a lot of designs on, different platforms such as like the Lego Ideas Mark, but this modular in particular is quite amazing. If this was on the market as of this day and time right now, I would buy it instantly. This thing is freaking cool. It's amazing. It's so well done. I personally think this should be a modular. An arcade kind of fits. It gives a group gathering for your city, right? All the kids can be partying it up in an arcade, eating their cheese pizzas, kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese type style, right? I think this creator did an absolutely epic job. One thing I didn't care too much was the arcade sign on the exterior, but you know what, that can always change, right? So I would love to see an arcade. That's probably one of the biggest ones I'd like to see. Just like this whole entire building is something I would like to see made. But one of the other ones I also would like to see is a library, and there's a few different styles I feel like Lego could take. They could kind of go this approach from this creator, which was actually a Lego Ideas design that never got past, I think, like 4,000 or 5,000 votes, but it's just like a larger scale modular, super open, like only 2 floors, where one floor is a lot taller than the others, kind of similar to your town hall in a sense. So I could see Lego making that, or they can do a full-blown beautiful library like this one. This was actually a 10K achieved Lego idea set, however was not approved by Lego, which is super unfortunate because this is one of the coolest buildings I think I've ever seen. It's just a library with so many fun details, like a pencil as a benchmark. I think that's really cool. If this set ever makes it onto the Bricklink designer program, I will be picking this up day one and trying to get a second one because this set is freaking amazing. And I am also a reader, so this set definitely would fit quite nicely and pair nicely in my Lego city. The next question comes from BrickGuy42, and he says, for the next video, do you think it's a good idea for if a friend or family member gets you a set, you already have to hold on to it and sell it when it goes up in value? I think you meant sell instead of sale. But absolutely, BrickGuy42. I think it's a very good question, and I think probably one of the better answers to kind of like shift into is what set is this, right? So not every Lego set I think is a great investment, right? There's some bad examples. So some of the just stuff that doesn't sell well, like some of the Eternals Marvel, which sold extremely poorly, might not be a great Lego set to get a second copy of and hold on and expect a high return, right? Whereas something, I don't know, a little bit more sought after, like, I don't know, Assembly Square. You got a second copy of Assembly Square. That might provide, a nice return if you hold it after it retires. Same with like the bookshop, or more better themes like Star Wars versus Lego City, right? Let's kind of be honest, licensed themes shift and steer towards producing a higher revenue after they do retire. So Star Wars is over here, and Lego City is over here. Ninjago's right here, and Friends is even lower, right? It just kind of depends on the Lego theme and kind of the Lego set. So definitely be critical. And if you want some advice on that, you can only get opinions, right? Opinions are the best advice and anything like that. So do keep that in mind. But join the Discord server, and those guys, we do have like an investing group chat on the Discord server. So that should kind of help steer you. There's some really smart individuals there, and they do know a lot. So definitely won't hurt to have many other opinions on kind of holding those sets. But yeah, again, like I said, definitely dependent on the theme as well as the Lego set. Definitely more towards set that a lot of other people would want, not just yourself. So if you have multiple copies, by all means, yes. So anyways, it is a free Lego set if you think about it, if you're getting it from a family or relative. So, who knows in the future. But that's going to wrap up today's Q&A video, guys. Make sure to leave your next questions with the /SC so I can answer them in next Friday's video, which should be exciting. So this was an absolutely epic video to record. Two amazing questions. So I hope to see more questions in the future, but definitely the Lego modular one really hit me home because that was such an interesting topic, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you do, let me know in the comments below. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. My name is Stud City. Let me know what modulars you want to see in 2024, and we'll see you in the next video. Stud City out.